the individual podcasters and their guests. They do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Gov's Comedy Club Radio, Governor's Comedy Club, The Brokerage, McGuire's, or sponsors and advertisers. Some podcasts are for mature audiences only and include language not suitable for young listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Also, the following sports and entertainment program may contain an unusually high volume of references to the Kansas City Chiefs, especially for a show broadcast out of New York. This definitely does not reflect the official policy or position of Gov's Comedy Club Radio, Governor's Comedy Clubs, or most of the New York population. And now, enjoy the program.
I would be honored if you played football for this team.
Me? Play football?
Yes.
Come on, Lenny! Pump it in there, baby! Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
So no matter what happens, just keep sticking it to them. Now who are we?
Game machine.
Wrong side! Left side! Left side! Left side!
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
You all know what you have to do. Remember, no one, and I mean no one, comes into our house and pushes us around. This is your game now, gentlemen. Let's get them.
This is a game we are gonna win. This is the game that people are gonna talk about for years. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Can't lose.
Let's hear it, gentlemen. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Can't lose!
Let's go play some football. Let's go,
And here we go, folks! Hey, everybody, welcome to Comedians on Football here on Gov's Comedy Club Radio. I'm your host, Steve Belanger. Thanks so much for joining us today. Remember to like Gov's Comedy Club Radio over on Facebook and get updates on all the wonderful shows, including ours. Like our Comedians on Football Facebook page. Make sure you get all those updates. And also, sounds like they're murdering someone outside. Also, why don't you like Governor's Comedy Clubs, where people get murdered in the halls, and we have some great shows coming up. And come check out lots of great live comedy over at the Brokerage in Belmore, McGuire's in Bohemia, and right here at their home base in Levittown. Governors has been great to me this year as I make my comeback to the comedy stage after 14 decades frozen in the ice, much like Captain America. So, what else do we have to cover? Our new sponsors. We've got Zorns of Bethpage is sponsoring the show today. We're going to be talking more about them in just a little bit. We've also got Escape Rooms of Long Island over in Hempstead. We're going to be talking about them in just a little bit. And let's see. If you like football, do you like football?
Nope.
Richie, you like football?
Love football.
Thanksgiving Day football boxes that we're selling for my son's baseball team, and I just can't wait to be done with that. If you want to get some of those Thanksgiving Day football boxes for charity, just find me on Facebook and let me know. I only have $40,000 left to raise for my Cooperstown trip next year. Hey, let's get started. To my right, your left. Look who's back. Comedians on Football All-Star Darren Dillon.
All-star.
All-Star. 2 appearances makes you an all-star.
Nice.
Don't be too impressed. And also, another wonderful comedian, Mr. Richie Byrne. Ladies and gentlemen, Richie Byrne.
What's up, boys?
How are
Thank you for having me.
First timer.
I know, I'm thrilled.
First time, long time?
Yeah, I can't. I got to tell you, can I tell you something quick and then we'll get into it?
You can go for 60 minutes, then we'll just go home. That'd be great.
I'm involved in a show called United We Laugh, and it's a creation I had about we bring 3 comics of different races together.
Okay.
And they do 10 to 12 minutes of their act. I host it. And then somewhere in their act, they have to talk about racial issues or bias.
Ooh, I like this.
And then we open the second act up to the discussion with the audience.
Okay.
So it's been really intense.
Yeah.
It's been really great. We've been doing it out east. And for some reason, I've been getting invited on a lot of political podcasts. And I am so thrilled when you wrote me yesterday and said, do you want to go on the air and talk football? I'm like, oh, you have no idea how badly I want to do this.
And
So
I always say, like,
that's
we
why I
don't- we
got
don't
here
talk
so early.
politics on this show. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. I don't have to. You might be, Keegan said, oh, have Richie Byrne on. I was like, fantastic.
Keegan?
Fantastic. Yeah, that bastard.
That
Fantastic
racist?
idea. So I started typing, hey, Richie, can you come do my football show? I don't even think I hit enter. And Richie wrote back, yep.
Oh, dude.
Yep, I'll be there.
Oh, my God.
I told you, Richie loves football.
Oh,
He
yeah.
absolutely loves
No,
it.
what's your team? I didn't ask any questions.
I don't have one this year because the Giants suck.
The Jets.
Oh, that
The
is
Jets
true.
aren't even a team.
No.
And
They're both
I mean,
horrible
I think it's February 11th as pitchers and catchers. So
I was talking to
there's that.
Consoli online today, just going back for John Consoli, and he said something about the Jets and realized that
Is he on
Brady-
Facebook or off?
no, he's on.
Oh, okay.
But Brady, he was 199th pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
That's
who
his
the
whole big-
Jets picked the year that Brady was drafted?
Yeah, I do.
This is going to be
Let's
good.
see if you know it.
Oh, wait, give me a minute. It was a quarterback, right?
Yep, it was a quarterback.
It was, I can't remember. Damn, I should know this and I can't
They
remember.
picked so many shitty quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Chad Pennington.
Chad Pennington.
Oh, Pennington.
Yeah.
He was that
Who
wild?
really wasn't a terrible quarterback.
He's
I
not
really-
Tom Brady. How do
No,
you
but-
overlook Brady? How did Brady get overlooked to 199?
Well, because of what happened in college with
The date rape?
Drew
No, that's Ben
Drew,
Roethlisberger.
Henson?
It's pronounced Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger. It's pronounced
Reefy
Roofy.
Roethlisberger coming at you.
Roofy
Roethlisberger. Out of the park. Yeah,
It would be sad if that was what he
But
called
going
his
back
daughter.
to Brady, how do you
because
pass
he,
on him?
when he was in Michigan State,
Michigan. Yeah,
Michigan. And Drew Henson was going to leave to go play for the Yankees.
Oh.
And they were like, well, if you stay, we'll make you you could start a quarterback. And they
So
told
he had to sit back.
and Brady had to sit back.
More importantly, how long has Chad Pennington been out of the league? That was like
Chad
3
Pennington was a Rhodes Scholar.
really
Not 2-3 years.
Was
Yeah.
he a
No,
backup?
longer
Yeah,
than
he ended up in
that.
Miami, right?
Yeah, but longer than that.
I don't
But he
know if
did
it's
take the
been that
Jets to the playoff. Everybody hated Chad Pennington.
Was he the
Every
quarterback
Jet
when
fan-
wasn't Pete Carroll his coach?
No,
No, I think.
Am
it was
I going
Parcells.
back too
no.
far?
I think Parcells is the one who took him to the playoffs.
I think it was Parcells.
But I don't know if
Okay.
Pennington was with them. I
I don't know.
Just
No,
I'm
it
feeling
was
like it was 90s.
the guy who ended up with the Chiefs.
Go on.
He was the Chiefs coach. Oh, after the Jets.
Oh, Herm Edwards.
Herm Edwards.
Yeah.
That's
Here's my impression of Herm Edwards every game.
totally confused.
And he was the one who said, "We play to win the game."
Like looking at his notes, like, and then he finally look up, and go.
He
I
looks-
guess I'll have the moons over my hammy.
I remember watching the HBO show,
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
Oh, he remembers this. Go ahead.
And it opened with him making a sign, writing a sign like a little kid. To welcome to opening day for the as the
serious?
teams.
I have talked about
Do you
this
know
on the
this
show. I talked
dude,
about it on
you're
the
the
show.
only person I know who. I was like,
was-
I can't physically watch this. A grown man is making a sign. Welcome to camp and
With
he's
like
holding
different
it-
colored
yeah,
markers
different
in the
colored mar-
dark with the little.
Someone must have put him up to that. Some
No,
production
no.
assistant must have done that.
And he was literally like, they're
Really?
getting off the bus.
Yeah,
For a bus full of millionaires.
magic markers.
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing.
And that, as a Chiefs fan, like, oh my God, Hard Knocks. This is going to be the greatest season ever.
That's
Herm Edwards
typical
going to the
Jets.
Super Bowl. And in the first 5 minutes, I was like, son of a.
It's over. Season's over.
I can't believe we put our faith in this man.
Wow.
And then I always follow that story up with, I was at ESPN a couple years ago interviewing Kirk Herbstreit, somebody. And I walked past the conference room and like did a double take because Herm Edwards was in here. And I'm like, can I go?
I was in Giant Stadium
Oh.
when he picked the ball up and ran it back.
Oh,
Really?
wait, what are you, like 70?
Yeah. Yes.
That was his late
It was
70s?
78. I saw grown men cry that day. I
Oh,
saw grown
yeah.
men cry. I swear to God.
That was an
Stand
amazing
going,
play.
What are you going to do? Who's taking knee?
Yeah.
Why don't you take a knee? And the funny thing is McVay was the coach.
Sean
John
McVay, negative-
who went on to be big with the 49ers in their
Oh, right,
front
right,
office.
right.
And Sean McVay is his grandson. And when the Rams played the Giants last year, Sean McVay ran it up on the
really?
Giants. Like,
For that
and I'm like,
reason?
wait a minute, your grandfather sucked. He saw. I mean, you can't run it up 40 years later when the man sucked at what he did.
It's like George Bush going back into Iran. We said we weren't going to talk politics, Darren. Now,
No politics.
I
no
like your
politics.
show. I like to do something like that here, where I get three guys at different levels of pastiness.
Well,
I think you did it.
I
Nailed
think-
it, right?
Woo! Now let's talk about bland food.
Jeez.
I like potatoes with just a hint of salt. How about you?
I like farina, plain and dry.
Farina. Actually, before we get to football, one very important topic to discuss that we started last week with Mr. Keegan. Quickly, to our new guest, animal cracker. Cookie or cracker?
Cookie.
Graham cracker.
Wow. It's a mix. Now that you mention it,
No. There's one answer.
it's a cracker.
It's obviously a cookie.
No, animal cracker's not a cookie.
Animal cracker's cookie. Graham cracker.
Graham cracker's a cracker. Animal cracker's a cracker.
You're a cracker.
It's a cracker.
Oh.
John Consoli, big cracker.
Oh no, we're going into politics again. No.
Back to the Jets.
Back to the
33-0. The best thing about the Jets last night was the
Was?
uniforms, that black green.
Oh, you
love
like
it.
that?
Oh, I love it. It's so nice. It's something to look forward to. After the kickoff, that's it, though. You're
Hang
done.
on. Let's see. What did I write? I wrote the Bruce Willis movie, right? The one with the ghosts. Oh no. Yep, that was him.
Oh, I see dead people.
I see.
Oh, yeah. It makes sense.
I'm seeing ghosts out there.
Uh,
that
but
was his quote last
Can
night.
I just
Donald.
say, and I've heard it all day on the radio, but I did. Who in the Jets front office went? You know what we do? We let them mic up Sam Darnold. Let's mic up the
They
kid.
do that all. They do that every Monday night game.
He came
But
off good, though.
But
He
usually
came
you
off
don't.
well.
You don't
I'm
air it during
seeing
the show.
ghosts out there.
They didn't run it past the Jets, and I thought that was kind of
They didn't run it past the Jets?
the miking up they did, but they aired it like live, like 10 minutes after it happened, without running it past the
You know
Jets
what,
organization.
There's a lot of things that bother me about the Jets organization, and if you're a
No,
Jet fan,
really?
don't give me a hard time. Yeah, if I were a Jet fan,
You'd kill
I
yourself.
would probably. Why is Fireman Ed? First of all, why is he there?
He's a fireman.
Second of all,
Been there forever.
And his name is
no,
Ed.
no, he hasn't been there forever. When they sucked 10 years ago, he quit and stopped going.
Okay.
And he was saying to people giving him a hard time.
And they
bullshit.
brought him
they
back.
suck. Oh, am I allowed to curse?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sally, have him removed. All right, we're doing a two-man. Make it a two-shot. Kill his mic.
But last night on the pregame, when they do bam,
Yeah.
Brady,
He's in there.
Fireman Ed,
Yeah.
Fireman Ed.
And I didn't
a
watch that much
fixture,
of the
man.
game.
Shouldn't you be embarrassed by that? The guy's an idiot
You know what? They cut to him like twice in the first half, and it made me think like when
because
we
he
were-
wasn't there in the second half.
When we were kids watching Monday Night Football, remember the dog pound and then the
Yeah.
Denver Broncos guy with
Yeah.
the barrel? Like every stadium had
someone.
one of those
They
guys.
had their own little hook.
Yeah, but
The Eagles
they
had
didn't quit when
60,000
when the
drunks.
team really stunk. They didn't go. I'm not going anymore.
I didn't know he
That's true.
quit.
Yeah.
I
And then
I
if-
thought there was like.
I thought there was some bad blood. Like
Yeah,
he
it
didn't
It
think
was
they were
bad
treating
blood
him right.
because they sucked.
I thought it was because they didn't think he was
I
being
thought it had to
treated
do with
fairly.
tickets
Okay.
and like he
Yeah.
was trying to get season passes. Or
We're
something.
gonna have
Okay.
our team of
Okay. I don't
interns
know.
work on
All right.
this. You know what?
Whatever. Like it really mattered. This is how bad the Jets are. We're
This is what we're
talking
talking
about
about.
Fireman Ed.
I.
How pathetic is that?
You know what I did years ago, and guys
In
call
college,
me out,
it was just once. It doesn't mean anything.
guys call me out on it all the time because comics who are football fans, especially the top 10 Giants of all time on NFL Network. And a friend of mine worked at NFL Network, and they put me in a room and had me
You
talk.
did one of the talking heads
Yeah,
things.
talking, and it was so funny. I was in between shows at Dr. Oz. I had to run to a hotel, and they shot me.
Can you
And,
drop one more name,
You know,
please?
you know who? You know
Drop
who's
one
it?
more name,
You know
one
who
more.
I? You know who I went in after? Damon Alamera. What's his name? D.A.
David Allen Greer?
Damon.
I think he's having a stroke.
I don't know how to say his last name.
Damon Wayans?
Damon Alligari?
Andalera, whatever his last name. You know,
Gesundheit.
this is D.A. He always going.
I don't know.
I thought you guys paid attention to sports. Okay, no, he's an announcer.
No, we're just dropping names. We're trying to fit in with you.
D.A. Pettybaker?
So anyway,
The famous documentary.
the director's asking me questions, and I know they want me to be funny.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, well.
And I'm talking about different, players and guys, and at the end, I go to the director. I go, man, listen, I'm really sorry. I know I really wasn't funny. And he goes, I've been doing this 10 years. Nobody. I've had sports figures. I've had announcers. I've had writers. Nobody has ever been more prepared than you. He goes, you knew things. I'm like, well, I took it serious. And I am all over the show. It's just me.
It's hard to be funny when you're really passionate about something like a team like that.
Yeah.
Because you're so locked in. You're the funny sits in the back seat.
I did. The only thing funny I said was that I would, and it really wasn't. It was true. I said that there's nothing I wouldn't do for Phil Simms. Nothing.
Ooh.
You've been saying that for years.
Nothing.
And that's a
I
little
know
creepy.
that.
I'm still
But
waiting.
you know what else is? You know what else is extremely well prepared, much like you on that show? The good food over at Zorns of Bethpage.
I love Zorns.
Oh my
Love
God!
Zorns.
Let's hear what they have to say about their preparations. Old-fashioned way. Everything is made by hand, fresh, right on the premises, and they never use any preservatives or artificial flavoring. Just the same ingredients you would use in your own kitchen. Zorns of Bethpage is home to grade A poultry, time-honored traditions, and family recipes. And if you haven't visited their new store yet, please do. It's located at the same location, 4321 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage, just west of the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway. The new store features old traditions with new beginnings. And if you plan on having a Halloween party for the kids this October, check out the great Halloween dinner special they have going on right now. Their special, Treats, No Tricks, Halloween dinner for 6 kids is a kid-friendly meal you can feel good about serving. It's 2 pounds of sesame chicken strips, 24 corn nuggets, 3 pounds of mac and cheese, and a 2-liter soda. All for just $49.99. Zorns of Bethpage is great if you're feeding just a few or a whole household. You can't go wrong with good old Zorns of Bethpage deliciousness. So check out Zorns of Bethpage today. Oh my goodness, do we love that Zorns of Bethpage, right?
They're delicious. Great
I'm
chicken.
going after the show.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm going.
It's real close.
They're
They close at 8. You
they're
better hurry.
so good. Do they really?
Don't be late.
They don't.
No, they don't close it, do they?
Busting your balls.
I don't. I would never get food that late. I'm always there at like 11 when they open. I'm like,
No,
hi,
they're great.
is the chicken ready? Chicken ready?
Zorns is awesome.
Oh my
God,
God.
so good.
We
so
for
good.
my kid's birthday party, we got
That chicken quote blue.
we got so much chicken, like we got 12 sides, and they're like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "No, just give me 8 sweet mashed," and they gave us like a tray this big, and I just
Their macaroni and cheese. Is
that was a big.
everything
That was
is
the other
good.
thing. We got 6 of those. That was a big fan favorite.
God.
Got it. And you know what? They only use 6 ingredients or less. Is that crazy? It's as close to homemade as you can get over at Zorns of Bethpage. They've been Long Island's favorite chicken and takeout for almost 80 years.
Look at
Almost as long as you've been alive, my
Look
friend.
at that.
Look at that.
They were at Giant Stadium.
They were
when
Giants.
Herm
They were
Edwards picked
42
up-
years old when Herm Edwards ran that back against the Giants. Anyway, quickly, let's get back to. I have a question.
Shoot.
Who did better in fantasy this week, Sam Darnold or Eli Manning?
Has to be Darnold.
You know what? It could. Is it Manning? Because he got 0.
He
Did-
got
did
0.
Darnold get
Sam
negative?
Darnold got negative 2.7
Did he
points.
really?
4 picks, a fumble, 86 passing yards.
How about Joe Mixon ran 10 times for 2 yards?
That
I could do that.
And
That's 2 more yards than me, and I didn't play.
the guy, I heard a guy going.
you'd have
"That's-
lost a couple on a couple of
That's
those plays.
3.5 inches a run.
Dude, I could have done that.
I could do 3.5
Yeah,
inches.
I could do that.
Let it be stated right here and right now. Richie Byrne can do 3.5
I
inches.
can do 3.5
So
inches
says his wife.
with my eyes closed or open.
That's the only way his wife can do it. Anyway, that was all right. So here's another number I got for you: 100 to 16. What does that signify, friends?
100 to 16.
100.
Oh, I know what it is.
What is
I
it?
think I know what it is.
Hit me.
The Patriots and their opposing teams.
No, it is the 3 primetime games this week.
Wow,
Thursday,
really?
Thursday night was 30 to 6.
wow.
Sunday night was 37 to 10, and last night was 33 to 0.
Doug Peterson said they were going to show up.
Yeah, they are, but not that game.
Not
specifically.
Sunday night,
no.
but we're going to show
They're looking
up.
ahead. I think they have the Jets in the schedule at some
What's
point.
up with them, the Eagles? Jeez, man.
That was the
Carson Wentz.
That was the big game. That looked like a great game on paper for the
Yeah, I couldn't wait.
NFC East supremacy.
Yeah.
And then everybody went.
And I'm in a league where I have Dak and Carson. And I keep starting the wrong guy every week.
Every
And
week.
this week I started Dak, and it was the right move, finally. But I lost.
I had to perform a wedding this weekend. I was out east. A lot of stress. Coming back home, we're in the car. It's 12:30. I'm like, oh, let's pull over. And I've got to check my fantasy lineup because I haven't looked at it all week. I had to decide real quick between Marvin Jones Jr. or Will Fuller.
Please tell me you took Marvin.
I went Will Fuller.
Wow.
I am not a smart man.
Wow. Oh,
That's how it works. And if you would have picked the other guy, you would have picked Jones.
And when Will Fuller had his 50-point game 2 weeks ago, I put him in by mistake. You had him
I got
then?
the other guy. No, the other wide receiver for Detroit. I'm blanking on his name.
For Detroit.
I want to say Kerryon Johnson, but that's not it.
I don't know.
No, Kerryon Johnson is also on my team, and he got hurt. You know what? I wanted to bring this up later, but let's talk about that right now. Matthew Stafford. Youngest, he's the fastest player to 40,000 yards.
I would have never guessed that.
140.
Is he 30?
He's 31. He's done it in 147 games. He's been their quarterback since 2009.
Oh, wow.
He's only had 4 winning seasons.
Wow.
2 of them were 9 and 7.
Wow.
And they've only played in 3 playoff games, both wild card. All 3 were wild card games, and they lost every single one.
Wow.
Matthew Stafford, Hall of Famer? No, legit. Like,
No, not yet.
not yet.
I mean,
He's only 30.
I always look at it
31.
as gun to my head. Gun to my head.
There is a
Right
gun
now,
to your
gun to
head.
your head. No.
No.
So now, if he would have ended up somewhere else,
Yeah.
he could have had a phenomenal career, right?
Not if he was with the Jets.
Not with the Jets, clearly.
Well, he's not done yet.
No,
know-
but like that organization just does not.
That organization is weird because they have glimpses of like, wow, this is Detroit's for real.
Oh yeah. Oh, every year.
They suck you in, and then they just like.
And what
"Yeah,
happened?
we're done."
Except for last year when they got crushed by the Jets opening night. Monday.
right.
That was
It
brutal.
happens to the best of them.
I remember going, "Wow, Sam Darnold's the real deal."
You didn't know secretly inside his spleen,
think
danger lurked.
Do you think he's going to be anything, Donaldson?
Darnold, I don't know if he's seeing ghosts this early. I don't know. Like that's got to be
But he's
intimidating.
saying, but you know what? I think he meant it because
I mean,
the schemes they were throwing at him, he was picking it up. The offensive line wasn't.
Well,
No, he was
yelling.
running
And
for
he's
his
telling him,
life.
he's saying 58, 58, and no one.
They sent in a free guy almost every play.
How about run a screen? How about
They're too fast.
Adam
They
Gase
couldn't.
try something to?
I don't think they could, Rich. They were
I don't.
So
I think
fast
Adam. I
on
think
him.
Adam Gase.
But speaking of screens, I
out of his element.
I haven't watched that many Patriot games. I remember we were here Thursday night. I was here with Keegan. Sorry, working again in that giant Patriot game, and all I saw on Facebook was, "Oh, the refs are refs. Oh, they're blowing the game."
Yeah.
And Brady does get all the calls, but I watched that game last night. Watching the Patriots run that quick screen pass, when they run trips on the left or the right? The first 2 guys go out. They are blocking downfield
Right.
before that ball's even in the air.
They're not even
The
faking.
Chiefs run that play
Yeah.
5 times a game, and 4 times they get called for OPI. Like this was like, oh, there's gonna be a flag on this. Nope, it's a 12-yard gain. Then they did it again and again. Like they
What's
just
the rule on that? Like,
you
what's
can't
the-
block. Like you can't initiate contact.
until the ball is past the line of scrimmage.
No, until the guy receives it.
Right, until the ball is past.
Yeah.
Right.
I just bet the Nationals for the series. Right now, as we're talking,
Oh, for the series, what is the series line?
it was 185. So you bet 100 to win $185.
The Astros are that big a favorite?
fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Astros.
So the Astros are what, minus 250?
Yeah, something like that.
Not that I gamble.
Yeah.
So you bet 100 to make 85.
Well, I bet 50.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
you bet
yeah.
50 to make
50 to make-
34, 50,
make-
whatever it is.
That was some horrible math by Darren right there. That was bad. That was bad.
85. Look,
90.
This is why I
Couldn't
do
get your
this.
teenager on the horn.
It's the new math.
You know,
I don't
and
get
yet
the
when you're
Common
on
Core.
stage, people go, "He should do math."
This is why I do terrible at the end of the weekend. Like, what do you owe me? 674. That sounds good. Yeah.
Darren, we told you to do 25 minutes. How do I figure that out? I don't know what the hell. What
am I, a
What are you
wizard?
speaking? What are you speaking, Vulcan?
I just did some math today. You want to know what I spent 20 minutes doing math on?
What?
Odell Beckham got fined again.
For what now?
Yeah, for his pants.
For the knee, his knees were not covered. Rolled the pants up. He didn't have the knee guard in the right spot. He got fined $14,000. Oh my God. And he complained about it. He showed the letter from the league. And then in the article, it said that he had paid $259,000 in fines over his career. 13 different fines for $250,000.
Yeah, well,
That's more money than I've made in my lifetime to this point.
probably.
And I sit there and they're all stupid fines. The visor, the knee, the watch.
well,
Like,
come on. You know when you're going on the field.
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's 2 types of guys. The guy that'll say, well, that's a stupid rule, but but we're all doing it, so we
Right.
got to do it.
Yeah.
And then the other guy goes, that's a stupid rule. I don't have to do it.
Right.
And those guys annoy
And how
the
much
crap
money
out
did
of
he
me.
get from the watch company
Exactly.
for doing it?
But so I said, oh my God, $250,000. I did just what you did. I'm like, that's how many years.
insane.
So I started doing the math as a percentage. In his career so far, if he plays out this whole year, through the end of the season, he'll make $49 million. Wow. So a quarter million. He only made $32 million total up till last year.
Oh, that's a shame.
This year he's getting $17 million. So round
This is just salary. This is not endorsement.
This is just salary from the NFL, and then the fines of $250,000 make it 0.5%.
That's it.
That's it. So I start doing what we do as comics. I extrapolate. You don't know what that word means. You'll look it up later. Maybe you could explain it to him.
Excuse me.
Oh, pardon me.
I find that to be offensive. I have a dictionary. I'll look
Wasn't
that
sure. I
shit
thought he
up
was going to
later.
curse. I was ready to hit the cough button on him. If we, as a comic, right? Suppose you get a gig tonight. Says, hey, Darren, can you come do 10 minutes? We'll give you $200.
Right.
You know
Do
what?
that math. What am I getting an hour?
No. What would
0.5%
that
of
0.5%
Right.
be?
So what he's making what over his lifetime? 50 million.
50 million. So
what's
It's
1%
$1.
is 5 million. So he's making just under $4 million in fines.
But I'm telling you, if you
That's what
had
I
the
pay.
same amount of fines, how much
Right.
would you pay on that $200?
$1.
$1.
Okay.
So like you come in here, you do a
You really
set.
expected Darren
I
to
know.
get this?
Thank you very much. We set the speed. It's only an hour show.
Mr. Math?
Hey, I'll throw it down. You want to do fractions right now? I've been doing them all week in my
This
kid.
guy who
I'll-
just
I will
wrote-
kick your ass
This is
with
the guy who just
exponents.
wrote his daughter to do her homework, and he's over here going, I don't understand numbers.
Welcome
I
to
know
Comedians
exponents.
on Math here at Governor's Comedy Club
Exponents,
Radio.
I'll kick your ass.
Exponents.
Ooh,
Well, that's what we're
exponents.
doing now. It's fifth grade
Oh,
math. man. I know what I'm-
Oh, I did not help with. I think I stopped helping with math at like second grade.
I probably should stop because
Yeah.
he's smarter than I am.
I'm doing multiplication tables now, and that my kid thinks I'm smart, and then I'll stop.
I'm good with spreads. I can figure that out.
Oh, yeah.
I can figure out the VIG. That's all I know. That's all I need.
Vig?
all you need.
I don't know. What are these gambling words of which you speak? I don't understand.
But he's ridiculous. I mean, he's so talented and just such a problem.
Like, and we said it before. There's so many people I'm sick of talking about. Odell Beckham. Who else was there? Oh, Antonio Brown.
Oh, he's
Let's
back.
get into
yeah.
that. Now he's on.
What's he doing now?
They're
He's
saying
on
some.
Dallas's radar.
Because Michael Irvin
There were a
said
couple
to
of
go
different
get
teams,
him?
but they said all the teams who are now trying to get that last minute trade, maybe Devontae Parker, maybe Julio, maybe even what's his name?
Oh, yeah,
Sanu just went to the Patriots today.
No way.
Mohamed Sanu is now,
Wow.
and I have him in fantasy.
Are
I'm
you
like- And I
serious?
saw Sanu like tweeting "Thank you" to Atlanta. I'm like, oh man, he
Is that
retired.
really necessary?
Yeah, because Josh Gordon may not be coming back. I mean, who knows with
just
Josh
stacked.
Gordon?
What about the kid, what's it, N'Keal Harry? Was he their first pick in the draft last year?
The Patriots?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no
He's
idea.
on the IR, but he's supposed to be coming off
When's he coming back? Yeah, who
at
knows?
week 9.
Oh, okay.
So it's close, but I've got him sitting on IR in one of my leagues, and I'm like, and they're going, oh, I don't think much is going to happen with this kid. I'm like, what? They don't have
You
anybody.
never know. I mean, Sanu. I really thought I was going to open it up and say Sanu had retired.
I
from the league.
thought, what's his name? OJ, the tight end, OJ.
Oh,
God, why am I blanking? From the Buccaneers.
probably all the booze. Yeah. Free pasty old white man. Try to remember
Yeah.
a name.
But they need a tight end.
Yeah.
So
right. Well, they did re-sign Ben Watson. I was shocked to see him
know.
in the game last night.
Yeah.
That it's Ben Watson.
Yeah.
He played with Chad Pennington, I believe.
Yes, he did.
Pennington. Still counted his money, though.
So once the trade deadline hits, do you think somebody's going to say, well, we didn't get what we wanted? Antonio, come play for us.
I can see Dallas picking him up.
'Cause
Jerry
Cooper's
Jones-
still banged up, right?
Dude,
Jerry Jones
you're
takes
you're
on
carrying
problems.
a lot of weight there, man.
That's a lot of
How
baggage.
much weight has he
gonna
picked
be-
up over the years? Think about
And
it.
you know what? I don't want to hear America's team crap because America's team and all that. Then I don't want to hear it. I
What,
hate
because they pick up one rapist?
Not like the Steelers. I mean, they got a whole locker room
Just
full of them.
one.
I know. Like, how about the Steelers getting holier than thou? Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, we got rid of him.
The
'cause
Steelers are distancing themselves.
We knew.
But we've talked about this before. Like, how ironclad is the Steeler organization? Because you got Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, and who else knows what's going on? In there? Mason Rudolph. He's still in a coma, I think, after that hit a couple of weeks ago.
I don't know.
That was still the scariest hit of the year.
I think Brown's going to get picked up.
You think? No.
I hate to say it, but it's money. It's money, and if a team is just one player away where it's going to put them over their edge.
That's what they said. They said just look to the first game he played with the Patriots
Right.
and what a difference he make. He's not Tyreek Hill level. but he does bring a lot of.
He goes to Dallas, and that opens up so much because now all the focus is taken off Ezekiel.
Yeah, and now Zeke is going to run wild.
But they got Cooper. They got
but
Gallup.
he's a little banged up. That's why.
But he's not.
Cooper.
Antonio
He didn't
Brown.
look banged up on Sunday night.
Antonio Brown is.
But he
a
was
threat.
playing the Eagles, so.
Antonio Brown will catch a touchdown and he'll harass the cheerleaders at the same time.
Before the season's end, that's a Darren Dillon pick right
Absolutely.
there? Wow, lock it in, folks.
Lock it in.
We're going to lock that one in.
Antonio Brown will be picked up for more solicitation.
Lock up your kids and your cheerleaders.
If you live in Dallas.
And your
yes.
calculators, because
Yes.
Darren Dillon's
Dallas.
coming.
Well, I don't know how to operate them, so don't worry about locking that up.
Now, going back to a point I started talking about 37 minutes ago, 100-16.
Yes.
That's the prime
O.J.
time
Howard.
games this week. O.J. Howard.
I had to look it up
Damn
because I'm
it.
an old man.
It's so pasty and old.
So the scores again was 100.
100-16. But again, that we've talked about this every week. Like the primetime games have been miserable. What?
Well, the Thursday night games are a joke.
But
it's
like,
just,
what is going on with the league itself? Like, there are so many. Now that I'm doing it for homework, I feel like I'm less invested.
Do you think they're
in these
doing
games.
it? Obviously, they make the schedule before the season starts. So, do you think they're sitting in a room saying, "All right, this game, these two teams aren't going to pull anything on a Saturday or Sunday.
Well,
let's put them on Thursday night."
For Thursday night, every team plays on Thursday night.
You know what
So
amazes
it's just
me?
a matter of making that work with the numbers. Because
Okay.
You know what amazes
14
me
games.
this year is how many teams are playing a Thursday and then come back and play Sunday against the team that played Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it seems that
Everybody-
last week both teams that played Monday played both teams that played Thursday. It was
So
the
like somebody's
Browns
on
and-
10-day
that's-
rest and
that's
somebody's
so
on 6-day
unfair.
rest. Yeah. And can you run the numbers and see how they have fared? Who wins that game?
I'll get right
usually?
on it.
Okay, good.
There's someone in Vegas right now who has that.
Yeah.
Has that down.
Well, that's,
Oh, yeah.
that's like this little Odell Beckham Jr. rabbit hole
Right.
I went down. I started figuring out every fine, his total, and then what a comedian.
Extrapolate. You used the word extrapolate to act like you were smart. Like I'm a dummy. I don't have a college degree.
Do you
But
really?
I dropped out of PS 113 when I was 7. I do crossword puzzles every day, hiding from my children in the basement.
There's nothing worse than a guy who tries to pretend he's smart by saying, I do crossword puzzles.
that
I
what
didn't
you-
say I
is
finished
that-
them.
is
I
that what
didn't
you
say I
call-
do them proper.
Is that what you
I
call
said I do
masturbation
them,
now?
And I just write, please kill me.
Do
3
you-
across, please kill me. If I'm down, please kill me.
Do you just color in the boxes until it's one big black square?
Look, I'm not an animal.
You know what? I want to escape this conversation. Much like I
I'm sorry, go ahead.
want to escape the wonderful escape rooms over at Epic Escape Rooms of Long Island over in Hempstead. We've talked about escape
Yes,
rooms
we
on the
did.
last show. Do you like escape rooms?
I don't know anything about escape rooms.
All right.
I mean, I've seen
You
them
get friends.
kinda.
Do you have friends? Do you understand what friends are? The concept? Not the show.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I could probably pay a couple.
So you get a bunch of friends together. They lock you in a room with like a theme. And I normally, as I said many times, I hate this crap. I don't like Halloween. I pretend for a living.
I'm not Halloween.
I pretend I'm happy and an actor and a comedian for a living. So I pretend a lot of times. I don't want to put on a costume. I hate costume parties. I hate Halloween. And the first time my wife said, let's go to an escape room. This one's prison themed. You're going to be a prisoner trying to get out of their cell.
You're going to get raped.
I'm gonna bring your soap,
Ben
honey.
Roethlisberger is coming.
Antonio Brown's going to be holding you down.
Rupee Roethlisberger. We should probably edit all the Roethlisberger rape jokes
I'm
out of
sure
our
you're
commercial.
not going to be happy that they're being associated with
This is more
sexual
We
misconduct.
haven't quite gotten to the commercial yet. We're
Right.
just talking. I'm explaining escape rooms to my friend Richie.
escape rape rooms.
So you get in a room and they give you a series of clues to escape, and you have to work with your friends to find all the clues in the room. Like everything in this room would be a clue that you have to uncover, and you go, "Oh, this is going to be kind of nerdy. I don't know if I'm a little too wonky for me." And then they go, "All right, you guys are set. I'm locking the door. You have 60 minutes," and they start the timer. All of a sudden, you're laser focused.
Really?
It's really.
I saw an episode of Big Bang Theory where they did it in like
Yes.
two
Yeah.
seconds, and the guy's like, what the, like in and out.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, they went there,
Yeah,
bing,
bang,
bing,
bang, bang.
And
They open, here's the key. Bam, and they
usually the 6 of us, because we tailgate before we go into these, because you're supposed to. And then we get in there and it's warm, and I start sweating, and I start to panic. But they're a lot of fun. And Epic Escape Rooms was voted the best escape room on Long Island.
Very nice.
Please. So go to Epic Escape Rooms
as soon as I get friends.
.com. What was that?
As soon as I get friends.
As soon as you get, you know
I'll
what?
go.
If you get 3 friends, Watch how this is going to work. You're going to use the new promo code ERGOV19. You're going to get $5 off every player with a booking of 4 or more.
Okay, damn.
So if you get,
It's a lot of people.
So
That's
maybe
a big pull. Yeah. You're asking him to find 3 people.
Yeah.
it's like a bringer show for escape rooms. But the wonderful
Should be on the corner handing out pamphlets. Escape
Yeah.
room, escape
Escape
room.
room.
Hey, you want to be scared? You wanna
Rich is
go?
going to
Come on,
start
come on, come
barking
hang out
for
with
the
me.
number 1 escape room on Long Island.
Bringer show.
Epic escape
That is
rooms.
so funny.
LI. So please visit our sponsor and try to escape. And then, you know what? Drop us a little note on our Facebook page. Let us know how you did and tell us how they're the best in Long Island. And actually go to the Best of Long Island website now and you can vote for them again for 2020.
Very nice.
Okay.
Good read.
That made me. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Professional.
That wasn't
You
even
are good at this.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Why are
very
you a
much.
Chiefs fan?
I've talked about this on the show, but it's mostly gambling related.
Really? Well, I don't.
In my, God, I'm going to say maybe at 20, I moved to New York from Massachusetts. I was a Patriots fan as a kid. Thought Mac Herron was white. I was very confused. He took off his helmet. I wrote a whole essay in 3rd grade. Who do you want to be? I want to be Mac Herron, running back for the New England Patriots, blah, blah, blah. My old man goes, you know, he's black, right?
And talented.
Yeah.
And not you.
You ruined my life.
He's got legs like a fire hydrant. Look at you little bastard. And then when I moved to New York, like this was before ESPN had games. Like you had to watch the local games, the Jets and the Giants. Nobody wants that. But the Chiefs covered a bet for me against the Jets. I bet on them again the next week. And
Oh, really?
25 years
Funny.
later, it's
Wow.
There you go.
And
Jeez.
we're getting close. Next week's show is very special. It will be, I believe, the last show I have a new shirt to wear. I've been wearing a different Chiefs wardrobe for every show since we started in the preseason.
Very exciting.
And now I'm running low, yes.
Very
So
exciting.
anybody who
So
wants to
tune
send
in.
some swag,
So next week is a big week for you.
well, I've got one more. So in 2 weeks, who knows what I'm going to wear?
Well, but next
next
week- You're going to lose.
The Packers, yeah.
There's no way they're beating the Packers.
And I just
The
realized
Packers are on fire.
Doing
can
my
you
notes
say
for today, it's
Because
the
the
Sunday
Packers
night
are
game.
up, they are clicking.
You know what the spread is?
Hold on, I don't know.
4.5?
Let me guess.
I just
He's doing math.
14.5.
no 4.5.
4.5.
No way.
In
What do you
Kansas
mean
City.
14
it's
and
in
a half?
Arrowhead.
It's in Arrowhead.
I don't care if it's in the backyard. Rodgers is going to destroy them. He's going to pick them apart.
So are
Did
we?
you see him
This
last
is
week?
recorded, right? Because I
Yes.
want to come back.
Oh,
come
yeah.
back. No, come back.
And I will call him out on his
You can call me out.
nonsense.
Call me out. I'm telling you, Rodgers is on fire.
And I mean, the Chiefs' defense looks terrible.
They look
400
great against the horrible Denver
430
Broncos team.
yards. Rodgers threw for 430 yards.
could
Five
The
touchdowns.
Lions defense, because the Chiefs just played the Lions a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're very similar.
Yes.
So I think he will put up 40 points.
They're going to destroy
But
them.
you know what? Matt Moore is going to shock the world this week. Don't. This we're going to delete.
Isn't
Sally,
he
make sure we
like-
delete this in
Maybe
post
he
because I don't want
contact
anybody to hear this.
Pennington. Maybe he could jump
Yeah,
in
I mean,
for
it's-
them.
No, they just got, what's his name?
Is Dan Fouts available?
He just passed away, you son of a.
He did not.
He did.
Did he really?
Yeah, pour it a little liquor. No, who did they just pick up? Who's
Fouts is alive. Stabler, you're
Stabler.
He's there's somebody's son from the Giants organization.
Sims?
No.
Died?
What the hell?
Somebody's son from the
That
Giants.
they picked up.
As a backup quarterback, yeah. Schwab.
What do you mean the Giants? Shut.
It was somebody in the.
The Giants organization who has a son.
This is so sad. Like the
Wait a minute.
Alzheimer's. Is
This
just
is the back. This is on the Chiefs.
on the Chiefs. The new backup quarterback they just signed because they have Chad Henne, but he broke his ankle in the second week in practice running for the ice cream
I'm
truck.
telling you, it's Stabler.
It's not Kenny Stabler, also no longer with us.
No, not also. Dan Fouts is alive.
Stop fact checking me while I'm doing my show, Richie.
Chiefs pickup.
Backup QB.
Chiefs backup.
Did I write it down? It sounds like something I would do as a trained professional.
Says Matt Moore. Which
Matt
is,
Moore is my new. I might pick him up in fantasy
Really?
because he's got so many things. I don't
He
know.
ain't going to do much next week.
I don't know.
Packers had the ball 8 times last week. Scored 6 times.
Kyle
That's
Shermer.
Incredible.
Right,
Oh,
Pat
right,
Shermer's
right.
son.
Yeah, Pat
Schaub.
yeah.
I was so close.
Shermer, right? Yeah, he played. Yeah, he was a college quarterback last year. Yeah.
So hopefully he doesn't
Oh,
see
well,
the light of day.
Oh, I wish his father wouldn't see the light of day.
You guys are terrible.
Terrible coach.
Now, I'm flashing back to the Bringer show before.
Yeah.
Because I have a quick question to ask of our new guest. Did you host shows in New York City in the 2001 time frame? Might you have been the host at a place called the Duplex in Greenwich Village?
Ooh. They had
I
a room.
I know
there.
the duplex.
They had a room there.
Because
I don't remember hosting that. But
the,
why?
the name Richie Byrne struck in my head. I don't know when we connected on Facebook, obviously in the last couple of years through our comedian friends. I think you hosted my first show ever.
Really?
Yes.
You know, I might have.
Did you host with...
I might have.
Okay.
I might have.
So I've always had this image of the guy who hosted my first night. I was so excited.
Interesting.
I of course, killed with my 7 minutes. Killed. Actually, no, I walked up the stage.
That's where I know you from.
As a killing
That room
comedian.
was upstairs, right?
It was upstairs.
Yeah.
And I walked up to the stage, nervous to do my first
That's right,
set
Trace.
ever.
Yeah.
And I tripped on the stairs and tumbled into the piano they used to have on the stage because it was a gay cabaret. That was my first stand-up. And ta-da! And I did a little set, and I come down, and I'm feeling full. You know how that feeling, full of myself. I finally did it. Bucket list. I did stand-up comedy. And I see the host, who I now know as my friend Richie Byrne, and I said, How'd I do? And he just walks past me and goes, you went 2 minutes over, a-hole. And he,
That's so Richie Byrne. You can't deny that. You cannot deny
No,
that.
but that's so any comic, you know,
Oh, yeah.
trying to get the hell out of there. And,
We're 2 minutes over.
one night, I think it was at the Duplex, there was nobody there. And I'm hosting. And it was just open mic. It was and one guy gets up and he's a magician. And he's bad at it. But he's not trying to.
But
It's
he's
like
just a
there's
bad-
like 5 people in the audience. And at one point he pours the milk into the newspaper and it spills out the bottom. And then he takes the newspaper like it did, and he goes, and I go, and I yell, it's on the floor. And these 5 people, and I've always felt bad about that. You're not supposed to heckle when you're the host. But it was just I couldn't believe that the guy
That's
went through with the
hysterical.
trick anyway.
Richie doesn't know I used to do
Magic.
That was me.
That's hysterical.
All right, so now we have that special connection.
That's
That
awesome.
you insulted me on my first ever stand-up comedy show.
I did not insult you.
And
You
now
went over.
I have
You
laughed.
went, you went over. Don't go
Look how
over.
he justifies his bad attitude.
Do not go over. Never go over.
You're right. Richie's right.
I haven't needed a light since. I am locked into my time. Like
You know,
nobody's
I'm
business.
well known for
running over.
doing exactly. I never do a second over my time to this day.
Yeah.
And people go, why do you do that? I go, because you're not paying me. You're paying me to do 45 minutes.
Yeah.
If you want me to do 47 minutes, you got to pay me. If you want, I had a woman.
You got a lot of NFL fines to cover.
I had a woman at a show. It was not a great gig in Jersey. She had a restaurant, and I got a standing ovation. And she goes, "Okay, go back up." And I go, "Well, yeah, pay me." And she's like, "No, they're standing." I go, "You got to pay me." I'm not. And she goes, she turns to the booker and goes, "Is this guy out of his mind?" And I'm like, and she goes, "You're really not going back?" I go, "I'm done."
And this is why you're in a studio in Levittown with me.
No. But I said to her, I go, if someone says that's a great chicken parmesan, can I have another? Do you
Right,
give it
they
to them
gotta
for
pay
free?
for it.
But wait, hang on. But
People
that,
do take advantage of
you-
performers at times.
Yeah.
as a performer and a narcissist, like I assume we all
How
are.
dare you?
I am not.
More
a
big
narcissist.
words.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. Like,
this is a job.
If
I'm doing a
if
job.
I could feel the love
People
wash
take
over
advantage.
me, I would do another 5 minutes. I would take the bow.
When I was younger,
You don't see me during the week. You see the big banner out in front of Governor's here by the Dairy Mart?
Yeah.
I just stand in front of that
Do
and
you?
wave to people. Yeah.
That's good.
Hey, you getting a bacon, egg, and cheese? Yeah. Why don't you listen to my show? That's me right here.
You must
Nice
feel really
picture.
good about yourself.
No, I really-
And they're all going, you don't look like Joey Cola.
Actually, some of them say, Joey Cole, and that makes me feel even somehow worse. Worse. Much worse.
At least they don't say Bonnie Scalise.
Okay. All right. We have other. Were there football games this week?
Yes.
Is
The
there
Vi- the
any I really
Vikings.
wanted
How
to
about the
talk
Vikings?
to? You know what?
Talk
I
to me
don't
about
tell
the
me.
Vikings.
Tell me about the Vikings because I have no.
Well,
I don't understand their team.
Them 2 weeks ago, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Their defense is huge, and
Cousins
all of a
is
sudden,
finally waking up because
Yeah.
he got insulted. Wah, wah,
I
wah.
don't think he got. You know,
I'll
a lot
tell
of
you
people-
what, he handled that well.
He handled it very well.
He
But
handled
By
that
throwing
well.
5 touchdowns. That's a pretty
Yeah.
good way to
is he
cover.
calling the plays?
No.
So then, why is everyone busting his balls about who you're throwing to, who you're not to? He has no control over that. It's
Well,
whatever play is called.
in a way, yeah,
Well,
he
he's
does
not
to some
electronic
degree.
football where he just
Right, right.
to some degree. But when you're back there and those guys, You want to succeed. You want to get rid of that ball to whoever's open. You're not
Yeah.
picking. Well, I don't want to throw it to him because he's a bit of a dick, even though he's open.
Right.
I can't see.
Yeah,
that
who was that? That was Diggs, right? Or
I don't remember. which
one of them
it
was saying he doesn't get the ball
But I can't
enough.
see
Throw
a
me the damn
professional
ball
athlete
enough with
doing
that.
No, it was
crazy.
the white kid who just
Darren
got
Dillon?
hurt. Who just got hurt.
His leg got mangled up in college. That Darren Dillon, poor guy. Was it your
The
leg?
white kid?
I am blanking on everything. The kid on the
Regardless.
Vikings, he just got hurt.
What do you think?
Thielen.
Yeah,
No, he never
he
complained. I thought he
And everybody's like, I
he
can't
gets
believe
3
Thielen.
touchdowns a game.
Yeah, but he complained he made a couple of comments.
Maybe that's why he led him to the back of the end zone
then
and
he
made him
went-
tumble into the concrete.
What do you
That's a
think
good
their
move.
chances are of going all? I think they have a really good. That's my pick.
But
that's my. I think they're really going to surprise everyone.
Here's the thing with the Vikings. Look at this. This is the game, and my notes are all about Matthew Stafford. Like, the Vikings just don't have a personality. I know
think
their defense is great.
If Drew Brees is healthy, the Saints are going to be scary. I think.
What about
you just said the
what happens
Packers.
next week?
Yeah, but
Teddy Two Gloves comes
he's
back.
playing so
is back.
freaking good.
How do you take him out?
You have to.
You have to?
Because I have 2 words: Drew Brees.
But he's coming. Like, if he
But
comes in
you-
shaky,
But I mean, Teddy's looked good, but he hasn't looked like Drew Brees.
He had a great game last week.
he beat the Bears in Chicago.
Just saying.
I'm-
The Bears are terrible.
But
Bears
they got
are
a good
terrible.
D. They're not a
No,
good,
you're
not a good
right,
offense, but
my
they put
God.
up a lot of points against the D.
I mean, can you imagine they traded up to get Trubisky and left Mahomes and Deshaun Watson sitting?
He said, "Pat Mahomes just put a smile on my face." You know what? That was a scary. When he was laying on the center's back,
Oh, dude.
and he was screaming, and I was in the split second, I was going,
That's your
okay,
franchise.
no, I really. My first thought was, I hope the center is dead, and he's just calling them over. He's afraid to move because the guy's spine is broken. He realized.
No,
that-
don't look at this. Don't
Look away! It's
It's
hideous.
terrible.
Like Lawrence Taylor with Joe Theismann.
Yeah. I was hoping.
over here,
Wait, the guy I'm laying on is hurt. I don't want to move. I was
just
hoping it
gonna
was
relax
that.
for a
I
Get over
hope the center is dead.
That's what he thought.
I mean,
That's
my
a real
God.
fan. That's a
My
real
God.
fan.
My God, not for the center.
Well,
Not much
you know,
of a fan of the center.
Centers are a dime a dozen.
Now,
No,
you do know, though, that they say that even when he comes back, though, he's not going to be able to play the way he did for now.
Well, he hasn't
that-
been playing that way since the first game with the ankle. So I'm hoping the ankle heals
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
they're
know.
saying he's going to have to really learn how to stay in the pocket.
After Matt Moore lights it up this week against the Packers,
Yeah.
mark it down.
But Bridgewater, 281 yards last week.
Dude, I'm not knocking Teddy. I got him on one of my leagues, so I'm not knocking him.
Kamara didn't even play.
Without Kamara, that was the other thing. Against the Bears defense in Chicago.
What
And the
happens?
tight
Call him a-
end.
What happens now? Breeze comes back. They take Bridgewater out. They lose.
That's what I'm
New
saying.
Orleans is going to lose. They're going to want to.
No, they're
he
not.
looks
They love
shaky.
Breeze. He's a god. He's not Eli Manning in New York. This is Drew Brees.
Who do they
He's-
have this week?
Eli won 2 Super Bowls. They hate him in New York.
Do
Drew
they-
Brees wins 1, and he's, the toast of the town.
How long does Danny Dimes last before they start chanting Eli at Giant Stadium?
That's funny.
Could be
Right?
next week.
That
It could be next week.
If he
they're
keeps,
playing the Lions in Detroit, so
So the week
right.
after then.
Dallas Monday night. Dallas Monday
at home.
night. I
What do
have
you make of that
tickets.
kid?
dude?
Do you see anything?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, yes, I see a lot, but
does he see ghosts?
I just don't. I think this new what?
Does he see ghosts?
I think he thought it was, but it was Darren. He's just so white.
There's the whole panel here. Let's
I see ghosts. Oh no, it's just a bunch of white guys.
let's call a cracker a cracker. I mean,
don't.
this is a very pasty
I
group.
understand why they do it now, and but this bringing rookies in at quarterback to me is
Right
a
off the
huge
bat,
mistake.
yeah.
It's a huge mistake. They didn't do it with Mahomes.
No, they did it
It's
the right
a huge mistake. You can't. You can see it. A lot of these guys are going to end up being Derek Carr.
But like Lamar Jackson, when we said he looked lost last year,
Yeah.
now he's got a
Now
year under his
he's
belt.
got-
He looks
right,
great. So
but-
are you investing in that year just as a lost year?
But he didn't even start. But he didn't start the whole season. Well,
That's right, that's
neither
right.
did Daniel.
He looks like an MVP
Jones.
this year.
He's fantastic.
Here's what I think. I think that if Eli stayed, he would have been killed. That offensive line is horrendous.
Yeah.
And this
but
kid
he
can at
never
least
gets
run a
hurt.
little.
Like, I'm always shocked.
I
at
think
that.
he would have.
You
This
think
year.
Getting older. Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sally, play some CSNY and let's just wrap this.
so I think the kid has immense talent, and I was totally against this pick. And you can see now he was right. Washington was going to take him.
Right.
What? Because he said he wasn't going to fall to 17. Washington was going to take him, and they didn't want what's his name, the kid from Alabama or whatever.
What do you see
Kyler
besides
Murray? Yeah.
besides his legs? That's an improvement on Eli.
Oh,
Besides his legs.
Nothing.
Besides his legs.
Nothing. Youth, and I got to, and there's no bigger Eli fan than me, but it does seem like the offense moves a little more. It's a little more. energized by him. You don't agree?
Well, that happens a lot. Whenever you bring a new player, like
Yeah,
it's like
new
with the
blood.
trade.
I just think
it brings
again,
a little new life.
I think Eli would be great, but he has to have he has to have the 5 best offensive linemen at this point. He can't move. And he has probably the 5 worst, except for the Jets.
The new blood didn't work for the Jets when they brought in Luke Fales.
That never works.
No, it turned out he never had a game as bad as last night.
That is true.
Now, are you a Jets fan?
I like them both. I go back. I'm not like a diehard Giant. I like them. I'm a New York guy. I want to see them all do well.
See, I grew up. My family has season tickets with the Giants since the 50s.
So you're going to be there for the Giants-Cowboys.
I have the tickets. I may not go because I can't see sitting on a Monday night.
You have to block out Tuesday and Wednesday from work because you're done.
Well,
you
I'm
won't get
off
home till Tuesday
anyway,
afternoon.
You're gonna kill yourself if you don't go. Because if you don't go, it's gonna be like a
No,
great game.
you know what? It'll be all Cowboy fans. I'll end up. I can't stand that. It's gonna be all Cowboy fans. It's gonna be.
And Fire
I would
Ned,
say
they're going to bring him back.
90% Cowboy fans.
Really?
I
Because
think
everybody's
so.
selling their tickets?
If they keep losing.
And they do have a good fan base.
I
here in
heard
New
on
York.
the radio the other day a guy sells his Cowboy tickets and it pays
for his Giants
for his
season tickets.
whole season.
Yeah,
Really?
I believe that.
It's a lot of money.
I can't imagine just
Think
paying
about
that much to.
Cowboy fans they're crazy, man.
Who's crazier, Cowboy fans, Eagle fans?
Cowboy
different.
fans. Eagle fans are degenerates.
That is.
They're degenerates.
Speaking of which, we're gonna get Carla Okerson in here with Keegan because she's a degenerate Eagles fan.
Is she really?
Yeah, and he loves
I'm
the
so
Bills.
shocked that she's an Eagles fan.
Oh, she's like diehard.
She
Well,
from
whatever
I forget. I don't know.
whatever
the backstory, how she
Keegan
got
roots
this.
for, I'm sure she's the opposite.
Opposite, right?
My God.
Right.
Well, the Bills. I mean, it's not that hard to root against the opposite of the Bills.
Is he a Bills fan?
He had the Bills Mafia shirt on last week. He's a big Bills fan.
He's always talking
why
about how
don't
the
I know
Bills are
that?
the only New York team that play in New York.
Yeah,
and
yeah. And for a while, they
Oh,
were the only
shut
one
up,
with a win.
Mike,
Only
again.
New York
See,
team with a
Keegan's
win.
got an
Please,
agenda.
I hope you're off Facebook again.
No, he was
Just
banned
put him
from
in-
this show
put him
for
in
1 week,
prison.
but then we brought
Oh,
him back.
really?
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to ban him again, I think.
Well, because
he
I'm the
went
guy.
cracker on the Graham Cracker question too. So
I'm the
everybody
guy
that
who got
answers
him into
Cracker gets
Theater
banned.
3. I wrote him. I go, great, thanks. Thanks, Mike. Everybody else going, stay with it, Mike. Good for you. I'm like, yeah, thanks, Mike. I'm the one who recommended you, you asshole.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
You see what he put up today? His schedule?
So funny.
Like this weekend, Theater 1. Next weekend, Theater 2. Next weekend, blank.
Available.
Next weekend, Theater 4.
And then like the second comment,
You know
somebody
what's
was
funny?
confused.
You know what's funny about him? And I told him this. I go, if that really took off, you're screwed. Because people would come thinking you're this tough ass guy.
Yeah.
Big, and I go,
Yeah.
your act is
He's
the
a teddy
biggest
bear.
wimpy ass act. I go, you are the epitome of the tough guy at Facebook. But in front, we were at Dangerfield's one night. He was auditioning, and he got on stage, and I'm standing off stage watching him, and he's and it's during the election. So and
Oh,
he goes,
boy.
and he's Mr. Trump.
Yeah.
Trump. And he goes to the audience, you guys rooting for Hillary? Yeah. He goes, yeah, me too.
Oh no, Michael!
No, and I'm like,
And what was the
oh,
punchline?
when he comes off, I am going to
What
kill
was
him.
the
He just-
punchline?
There was no punchline.
Nothing?
And he comes off, and before I could say a word, he goes, I pandered. I go, pandered? You
Mob
kissed every,
mentality.
you
He
kissed
just
every
dropped
ass in the
crap.
room. That's
Oh.
the same guy
was
who's writing this
auditioning.
crap on Facebook, people.
But you know
He's
what?
a fraud.
We were here
He's a fraud.
we were here
He was
last Sunday.
auditioning. You can't just pay.
I don't want to hear it.
I was trying to get him introduced as the bad boy of Long Island comedy. Welcome to the governor's stage.
And he comes out looking like a
Don't
cherub.
He's like a Cabbage Patch Kid. You want to
He
hug
is,
him
yeah.
and squeeze his cheeks. He's like the most unassuming, unaggressive person.
His
in the
nickname
world.
in high school was Cheeks.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
I go to the gym every morning with a guy who goes, hey, you still hanging out with Cheeks? I'm like,
yeah, Cheeks.
who's Cheeks?
Oh, he's got a reputation too.
Yeah.
I don't think it's these Cheeks. I know. I think he mooned somebody. I don't know.
Once again, the thoughts and views expressed on this program do not represent Steve Belanger or the Govs Comedy Club Radio Network. All right.
Lamar Jackson, you were talking about him before.
Well,
What do you think happens to him?
This was two big matchups: Lamar versus Russell Wilson,
Yeah.
and then Jacoby Brissett versus Deshaun Watson. Who would have thought Lamar and Jacoby would be happy at the end of the day? I thought the Texans were going to handle the Colts a little better, and then they ended up losing.
Jacoby Brissett looks so good.
He does, right?
Yeah.
And again, that was like 8 weeks ago. Andrew Luck just shocked the world and retired.
Yeah.
Nobody even mentions that kid's name.
You haven't heard his name,
No.
right?
It's incredible.
He's
You're
probably
right.
working at Zorn's and Bethpage tonight. He's working a late shift, so we can all
I
stop by
gotta
and
tell
get
you,
some chicken.
I'm a huge Russell Wilson fan.
Oh, me too. I
huge.
love him.
Ah.
He couldn't do anything.
Love the
though.
way he plays.
He couldn't do anything
No,
against him.
no, he
Yeah.
looked. My
They
kid
were
loves the
in his- they
Seahawks.
only
We watched
sacked
that
him.
whole
They
game.
sacked him once, but they were in his face.
Yep.
Pressure.
He-
they played it
And
right.
he looked more nervous than I'm used
He
to
was
seeing.
out
him.
of-
He
Yeah,
is
he
one
was
of the
not in
reasons.
sync.
He is the main reason why now these guys all draft these quarterbacks.
The runners,
and go
yeah.
play now. Go play now.
Yeah, yeah, because he
But-
came in.
But he's a rarity to me. I don't think it's it's not that easy.
Well, that's what they're saying now about Lamar.
See, and
So
I,
he's one of a kind. Like,
I
he's
think,
not Michael Vick.
No,
He's-
his legs are incredible.
I think
and he never gets
changes
hit.
the
He's fast enough to get 20 yards and still get out of bounds.
I,
I
like
think
him a lot.
Daniel Jones also saves Shermer's job. It's
Oh,
like-
okay.
Do you think Jones?
I thought you were going
Jones
to compare
Jackson.
Jones to Lamar Jackson. I was
No,
like,
no.
oh.
Could you compare the
No.
not skill wise, but on a level of
If you
where
start
they're
singing
both
Ebony and
wise?
Ivory, I'm not going to be happy.
Like I see Lamar Jackson. He's going to be up here. Is Jones going to reach that with his skill set or no?
He's
But
not
I-
fast. He's a pocket.
What
no,
happened?
I know he's not.
Yeah.
I don't know that Lamar Jackson doesn't end up hurt badly.
because
Like
most of them do.
RG3
Those
because
running
he's
guys
so
do.
small.
Yeah.
Badly.
You go
hurt.
back to Cunningham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How scary was he when he was playing?
Yeah.
Like as much as I
Michael
love
Vick?
Mahomes, like I
yeah.
panic almost every play. Even when he throws it 70 yards for a touchdown, I keep my eye
worried. I
mean-
on him, making sure he doesn't take a hit. 'cause-
Michael Vick used to beat the hell out of dogs, but also teams.
But Vic was also. I mean, he just seemed to be built a little bit differently. His
Yeah, no.
neck
Yeah.
and, you know,
like somebody's
he
like
could take it.
RG3 is tiny. Like
Yeah.
somebody, Kyler
No,
Murray.
dude, talk about what a beating he took. How if I were his father, I would have went down on the field in that playoff game and pulled him off the field. Like, they just kept sending him out
Vic.
there. The kid's knee.
Yeah.
I talked about this before. The day before the draft, his draft year, I interviewed him for Men's Health, and I sat there. I'm like looking at him, going, "Oh my God, this is." I'm talking to like a 16-year-old. He was whippet thin. I'm like, "There's no way he can handle a 300-pound guy landed on him."
But this is right before he got drafted.
The day before.
I think it could happen with Kyler Murray too.
Yeah. Well, he's he's shorter.
because he's short and he's slight. You
He's
know?
slight.
You take a chance with those little quick quarterbacks. You
Yeah.
really do.
I mean,
Nobody's
Russell
ever called me
Wilson's
slight.
only 6 feet, but
he's
he has
not,
a way.
He's
He's
not
elusive,
wafy. He's not wafy.
and he runs to throw. He doesn't throw to run.
I got to wrap up, but I did write down one number. Hang on. There was a fight this weekend between Devonta Freeman
Yeah,
and Aaron Donald.
yeah.
I was shocked when I looked up the stats on Aaron Donald. I said, "Oh, it must be a mismatch. I want to know the sizes. I think it would be funny." Because Freeman is 5'9", 209. But Donald is only 6'1".
Yeah, but
He's listed as 6, but he's 284.
Yeah.
So he's a little shorter than me, but about another 65 pounds.
and
And
he-
probably
and he-
muscle, not
He's
fear
so
and noodle.
fast too for that.
Yeah.
Think about how fast he is.
But I just have him as a monster.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, 6'1". Huh. All right, so you think, real quick through the games, next week, Texans crush the Raiders. Steelers.
Oh my God,
The
that's a
Steelers
walk
are a
in the
bad
park.
team on a Monday Night
Night.
Football against the Dolphins. Are 2-touchdown favorites.
I know.
Terrible game that's going to be.
God,
Yeah.
awful. Kyle
What's-
Allen, we didn't
what's
talk
the
about him.
Thursday
He's
night game
4-0.
again? 'Cause I'm-
Thursday night game is Redskins Vikings. Another 16-point spread on a Thursday night.
I may take the Vikings for my
Vikings
survivor.
are gonna win that.
Oh
They're
yeah,
going to win that easy.
and
It's in Minnesota, right?
it's in Minnesota.
Wow.
And the Charger end of the Charger game this week. Did anybody see that?
No.
Oh,
see
dude,
it.
dude. I have.
Is that the one where they called a timeout? Like there was
They
a
called
timeout,
a
they
ti-
called.
They-
They called.
what?
But then
First
they-
of all, why
the
are you
touchdown's
running?
called
Why
back.
are you running? You got to throw the ball. There's 32 seconds left. You have first down and goal. You can't. No timeouts. You can't run the ball there.
Well, they did.
Look what happened.
Hey.
But you know what? You can't run the ball and hold on to it. Apparently, if you're the Chargers,
Yeah. He fumbled twice.
twice. The
Didn't
second
he
time.
did the hold
And
out
you're
thing, right?
handing
The
off to a
the
guy who
second
hasn't
time,
played
it wasn't
all
even
year.
close. Like it looked
Yeah.
like he tried to tuck it in, and it just went.
You're handing off to a guy who sat out until 2 weeks ago. What
Yeah,
are you
Melvin
doing?
Well, that's the big
It's
problem.
terrible.
They need that warm up. You need that pre-season.
And I
to
was
get up to
and I was
speed.
getting 2.5, and they lost by 3.
Oh, that's interesting because I know somebody who's giving the 2.5 and 1. Funny how that works out. All right. Any
for
final thoughts on football, Richie Byrne?
I'm waiting for next year.
Any final thoughts on my 2001 comedic debut at the Duplex in New York City?
You know what? You're over now. You're over. You're 2 minutes over right
Things
now.
haven't changed. Nothing's changed.
Nothing. I'm
Nothing's
always
changed.
2 minutes
20
over.
years
Nothing's
later.
changed.
Tell my wife that. I'm never 2 minutes over. Any football notes, Mr.
My
Dillon?
halfway, just halfway, right? We're halfway through the season.
I'm close.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the
No,
show. I'm
halfway
like, no,
through the
dude, we're
season?
done. I'm done talking.
Halfway through the season?
Yes.
No, but one away.
7. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
My pick halfway Super Bowl.
Yeah, what is it? What was
I'm
it?
going to go with the Vikings.
Vikings versus Patriots. I'm sure you're picking
Yeah,
the Patriots.
Patriots.
Everybody's
Gotta be
picking the Patriots.
But I think the
Who
Vikings are gonna
don't look
surprise
good.
everyone.
I mean, who look?
They haven't played
anybody
of.
And but Brady just doesn't look the same.
But how
anymore.
about Brady after the game saying that they're interviewing and he said, "Well, we played all right. We got to tighten it up." How embarrassing to the Jets! Like,
Yeah.
we didn't have our A game. We only scored 33. We probably should have scored 106.
They only scored 9 in the second half. I was a little
Yeah.
disappointed.
And one later in the fourth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine.
I think week 12, week 11. No,
They
week
got
12,
a hard schedule coming up.
Week 12.
You're gonna know a
now
lot more
it gets-
about them.
They're gonna. Well, they don't play anybody real
got
until
Dallas,
the
the Eagles.
Dallas, the Chiefs.
The Chiefs,
They always play the
They're
Chiefs
gonna win
at
all three of those.
Foxborough.
Bills.
The Bills, they're going to win the Bills.
Well,
Who's after that? Are they playing anyone?
Do you have their schedule?
of course I do, sir. They just played the Jets. They got the Browns, the Ravens. Ravens is a good game.
That could be a win.
At
I mean, a
Baltimore.
loss for them. Yeah, Baltimore could beat
At
them.
Philly,
Philly, that's
Dallas,
a win. Dallas, that's a win.
at Houston, another
Houston,
tough game.
KC.
Kansas City, Bengals, and Buffalo, and Miami. So it's a
Oh my
walk-off for the
God.
last
Wow.
3
They
weeks.
do not have a tough schedule.
No,
The
they
toughest
ne-
game is the Ravens.
Look at the 3 teams in their division. That's it's usually 6-0 right there.
yeah.
They're playing
Except
the
that
Ravens,
the
that's it.
Bills are a tough defense. Bills are not a bad team.
All I can say is why don't you go over to the Comedians on Football Facebook page, throw us a like. Also, like
This
the
is fun.
Govs Comedy Club radio page and get updates on all the wonderful shows here, like the lovely Sally O'Neill. We haven't brought her into this all day. Our producer, she does the Knock 'em Dead comedy radio show every weekday from 11 to 1. And Sally, tell us about the show coming up on the 25th at the Brokerage, right?
This
Sally's
Friday
voice
at the
got very
Brokerage in Belmore, you can catch Knock 'em Dead Comedy performing a hilarious Halloween Bash, a murder mystery with a costume contest and prizes and music and dancing, all sorts of fun. Go to govs.com for tickets and more information. Thanks, Steve.
That's
Back to
Tony
you.
Walker. He's the best, too.
Sorry, he's just so much better at that than I am.
No
so.
worries. And also, you know what? Go check out Long Island Explained, the other podcast I do with my buddy Chris Roach. We take a topic about Long Island every week, and this week it's our special 2-parter on spooky, haunted Long Island. We cover all the places Chris Roach loves.
I have a great
scares me
Amityville
too
horror
much.
story. But
No, you don't.
You
No
should
one
invite me
does.
on the other podcast. No, I do.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I do.
Looks like Richie just wants to talk about everything else but politics now.
Yes, please God.
So check out Long Island Explained over on Facebook and at longislandexplained.com. Where are you going to be that the folks can see you, Mr. Dillon?
I'm going to be here next week.
Here? At Governor's?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which night?
I think Thursday night I'm here.
Beautiful. Come see Darren. Very funny. Mr. Byrne?
I'll be doing my show United We Laugh next Wednesday.
With 3 pasty guys?
The 30th.
You're going to try and get us on?
We're going to have it way out east in the Hamptons.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And we'll have Wally Collins is on it, and Vic Henley, and Melissa Diaz. And then we're doing another one November 21st, also out in the Hamptons.
Vic Henley, you can't get more white and
Well,
southern
I
than
try,
that.
yeah, but he's got this great bit about how he messed with the KKK that I love, and that's
Oh,
why
yeah?
I was like,
He's a
dude, I
funny
need you
guy.
to come in and do that.
See,
KKK
now,
bit.
this is like This Is Your Life, because Vic Henley was the MC of Mike Caroline's reel.
Oh, really?
That I did a Caroline's thing. That was my demo tape that I would shop around
Did you
and
go
got me a
long
lot of
there,
gigs.
too?
What was that?
Did you go long there too?
Probably.
Go long now.
You're going long
You
now.
just lost all-star status.
You're going so long, Sam Darnold can't even see you.
Oh, my spleen. Oh, God almighty.
A ghost just hit my spleen.
And don't forget to check out our sponsors, Escape Rooms Long Island, right in Hempstead. And also, right on Route 24, they're on the same street. Check out Zorn's, the best
Zorn's.
of can't even speak anymore. Zorn's of Best Page tonight. Get some of that great Zorn's deliciousness.
Oh.
Long Island's favorite chicken and takeout for almost 80 years.
80 years.
Thanks so much for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week right here on Comedians on Football.
Good week.